right on the internet. So, I mean, we can't do the tour, at least we can put, you know, a seminar right on the internet so people can listen in and see what this is, you know, really all about.
Yep.
What it's all about, spread the word. Well, I mean, I look at what's going on there right now. Well, I was very happy, you know, about keeping the DEA off people's back, finally. As long as they stick to that, then there's no holding this medicine back. Well, it's going to come on hard and fast, because, I mean, there's so many people, you know. I had one lady call me here just the other day from Prince Edward Island. She told me, she said, in the last 2 weeks, she said, I've had 4 family members diagnosed with cancer. In 2 weeks.
Holy cow.
This is, you know, it's getting beyond epidemic now. It's getting crazy. So the medicine, there's no holding this back, and now that the public knowledge is out there and spreading all through Europe and down through the States, it's, you know, the clock is really ticking now. And like I said, in a few months, the wall's got to come down. They can't continue this.
Indeed.
Well, Eric Appholter is certainly a believer that it's the tree of life. As a matter of fact, I think Eric and I both think it was really more like the fountain of youth. You get into this oil, I don't think you're aging anymore. It's certainly amazing stuff. I really believe that a young person today, like a child, starting and taking the medicine from the time they're, you know, just an infant or even 5 or 6 years old, I think you're going to see life expectancy stretched by a great deal.
Yeah.
I'm convinced that this medicine could possibly, we could live 200 years or more, I think.
Well, who's going to be the golden child to start this out?
Well, I'm working on it. I've been eating it for 8 years. And I can tell you right now, I'm 59 now, and I'm a whole lot better shape than I was when I was 45, and I look a lot younger. So, and then, you know, like I said, when I take my shirt off, there's no fat. You can see all my stomach muscles like I was 25 years old. And Eric Appholter, he was the same way. You know, there's no fat on, the muscles just rippled. You know, and he's the same as me. He doesn't exercise. So, obviously, the plant is doing a lot of good. It's just such a shame, you know, that people, if people would just realize, you know, we got all these people out there in their 50s, 60s, and 70s, whatnot, and diabetes and suffering, and, you know, it can all be brought to an end so easily if these people would just wake up. The kind of who Fierro way, I think, when he came up, and I looked at Eric and I said, you know, if I sat here and told you that poison could help you, or if I told you that radiation could help you, I said, you'd think I was a nut, wouldn't you? And he looked at me and he said, well, yeah. And I said, yeah, but a doctor says it. I mean, why aren't people questioning these guys?
Yeah.
Radiation, poison, not good for you. You know, the CAT scans, again, more massive dose of radiation, not good for you.
Yeah, you know, you just...
call that medicine.
we were just through that, you know. They put the plate behind you, and then they run away and push the button while you get zapped.
Lead aprons on. Got to get back to reality with medicine. And like I said, they certainly got the public fooled. I mean, you see, like I said, you have a car accident, they can do magnificent things when they put you back together. But my God, diseases, they're just a dismal failure. You know, they're not even trying to cure people. It's just a big money game.
Yeah, they have the system worked out so the money just goes in their pocket and doesn't heal anyone. For them, unfortunately.
That's what he was saying. He was this guy with Normal here in Canada. He was down there talking about the 4 pillars of legalization. And I'm looking at him thinking, you know, the 4 pillars. Yeah, there's one pillar is the big money that's holding this back. The next pillar is the government, the crooked government, that are doing what the big money says. And then you got the legal system and medical system controlled by the government. Well, there's your 4 pillars. The 4 pillars of corruption that are holding this back, and nothing else. You know, you would think by now, well, I know there is pressure coming on these outfits like Normal and whatnot. You know, it's time to get real and it's time to start telling the public the truth. But I mean, the whole audience down there, I don't think anybody had any use for what this gentleman from Normal Canada had to say. It just come off as being foolish. I mean, when you're standing in front of a room full of pot smokers, and the worst medical side effect that you can come up with is anxiety, well, I don't think that's even a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
better than any of the side effects I see on TV.
Yeah, those drug commercials.
Yeah.
You want side effects? Yeah, just watch one of them.
Exactly. Death.
If you lose consciousness and feel like you're dead, call 911.
Yeah, if your eyeballs fall out, or there's a whole bunch of side effects. It's amazing, you know, that people, when they sit down and watch these drug commercials, and when they see all those side effects, yet they'll still go take the drugs. You know, it just makes no sense. And every damn one, or practically all of these drugs that they give us, are all liver toxic, which means it shouldn't be in our bodies. And those guys in the white coats, they all know this, but yet they just pass up the pills like there's no tomorrow. Of course, for some of us, when we take those pills, there is no tomorrow.
Definitely.
Yep. Yep, and the other big issue with the pills is also, you know, the common drinker that drinks alcohol with the pills, and that really makes a toxic sludge for the liver.
Oh, God, yeah, you mix alcohol and all those toxic chemicals. You know, you know, what amazes me when you look at the number of pills, I get so many people coming here that are taking 20 and 30 pills a day. And I'm surprised that some of these people are still, you know, alive, taking that amount of chemical into your body every day. And, I mean, it's got to have a disastrous effect. I don't know, it seems like a lot of these people, you know, there are people out there that seem to have a very high tolerance to poison. I've met quite a few of them. I have no idea how they can take so many chemicals and still keep moving around and trying to work in things.
The human being is a tough thing, man.
Well, I watched a documentary here the other night, and it's kind of funny because they were comparing us like to animals, and they said, well, you know, you can take a dog or whatever and train them to do all kinds of strange things, even elephants. You can train them, you know, to do the most absurd things you can imagine. So what makes human beings think that we're any different? You know, we control animals, so what's controlling us? And it's, again, all you have to do is look, it's the big money. And they know how to pull the strings. The people have to wake up, and we got to get back to some form of reality before it's too late.
True that.
There's 13 states here that already have it legal out of 50, so we just a couple more to go.
Well, once that oil starts, you know, being more available in California and whatnot, yeah, I don't think it's going to take too long for the other 50 states to legalize.
Yeah, it's amazing the laws we have, and I just can't believe it. Out of all the hits you've gotten on YouTube and on the internet, and all the people that know about the Rick Simpson oil, there's still no one in all of California distributing it, and we have the most popular medical clubs in all of the the whole United States.
Well, in the world.
In the world.
It
Yeah.
seems like an awful lot of the people that are smoking pot, they just don't want to go beyond that. You know, I smoke my pot, it helps me with my MS, it helps me with pain, it helps me sleep. Well, yes, it does. You know, there's no doubt about it. A lot of different strains of hemp are very beneficial, even when smoked. But it's not going to cure you. You know, take the medicine, make the medicine, you know, out of the plant, ingest the medicine, then the magic happens. But sometimes people that are around pot are very hard to convince. And I have no idea why. Because, I mean, what else do you smoke, you know, as a medication? So, I mean, and the way I look at it, I mean, I certainly have nothing against smoking cannabis myself. And like I said, I'd sooner see someone take cannabis or smoke cannabis rather than take, you know, all these antidepressants and